I have been seeing a functional medicine doctor, a natural and integrative medicine doctor for the last 2 years, and I thought I would share with you kind of why I went in initially, what's kind of transpired over these 2 years, and kind of what that journey has been like, and where I'm at now. So that way you have a little bit of understanding of where I'm coming from when I share the different protocols that I'm working on, share the goals and the blood work and the different things that I'm doing here on this channel. I'm always trying something to continue on my journey towards becoming metabolically healthy. So I hope you want to come along with the ride, grab your drink of choice, and join me for a little chit chat video. So, hi, I am Rebecca, and like I said, I'm a busy mom on a health journey to become metabolically healthy. And if you haven't caught that video about what it means to be metabolically healthy and kind of where I'm at along that path, go ahead and check out that video. Today's video is all about, the functional medicine journey part of it. But if you're interested in losing weight, getting your brain back on track, building muscle, and just kind of overall having more energy, you are in the right place because those are my goals too. And I will share it here all on the channel. So I started to see a functional medicine doctor here in Orlando in October of 2022. And that was a result of however I found out about functional medicine. And I know that the first person that I watched was Dr. Mark Hyman. How I found out about him, though, I don't remember. I wish I could figure out how it all kind of happened, but I don't. I probably was looking about, how to get healthy on YouTube or how to lose weight or something. And one thing led to another in the algorithm, and boom, I ended up with Dr. Mark Hyman. And so I started devouring his content online and really learning about what functional medicine is, trying to find the root cause, looking at the body as a whole and the systems as a whole instead of siloed portions and systems on their own, and seeing how everything works together. I started to learn about inflammation. I started to learn about chronic disease and these, four horsemen that Dr. Peter Attia talks about, cancer and heart disease and dementia and whatever the other one is, all of these chronic diseases that affect people now, how inflammation plays into all of that, how your metabolism is affecting all of that. And so I learned and I learned and I learned online and read and read and read in books, and then finally said, this is as far as I can go on my own. I need a person to now tell me based on what's actually going on with me. I can't learn about all of these possibilities because every video would be about a different topic. Well, that doesn't mean that that's my problem or that's my issue or that I'm having that, situation. And so I felt like I was getting a little bit of health anxiety because I'm like, oh my God, what about this? And oh my God, what about that? And do I have that? And do I have this? And, that's not a good, healthy way to be. So I said, I need to figure out what's actually going on inside my own body so I can determine what needs I have so that I could solve those problems specifically to me. So I went to the functional medicine doctor, and I'm sure every single one is different, but just so you understand, mine, you pay out of pocket. You had to make a deposit over the phone when you made the appointment. And the first appointment is going to be an hour long, and you're going to go, and it's going to be like in the movies. When someone goes to the doctor in the movies, they actually sit down in an office where the doctor's at a desk and you talk. I've never had that experience in any medical facility of any kind in real life. You're just sitting there, with the paper on top of the seat, and they have their stethoscope and all their medical equipment, and it's cold in there, and it's not a pleasant experience. So it was actually really cool to go into the functional medicine doctor and sit at a desk with him like you're professionals, and he's talking to you and consulting with you, and that you have more than 8 minutes or 10 minutes before they churn out the next patient. So again, all doctors might be different, but the one that I went to, we had an hour-long appointment, and he would ask me things that no doctor has ever asked. How are you sleeping? How are you eating? What do you eat? Have you ever had this kind of thing? Have you ever had that kind of thing? Like, so many questions, so much talking, so much investigation into my health past. And I felt great about that. Just doing that felt great. So it was very expensive, but we had this talking appointment. We talked about some possible things of, what are my goals and what issues am I having and what are my problems. And then we do a food sensitivity test that I did have to pay for out of pocket. We would get those results at the next appointment. He set me up with lab work that I would go and do before my next appointment. So the first one was like a consultation and identifying what areas we need to look into. And it was an hour long. And then you go and do these tests, and then you make the next appointment, and then you go over all of those tests. And then that's when he's really going to set you up with what you're going to be doing, because now you have the blood work to go along with it. It's not just what you said initially. And I really went in saying, I have tried so many things and I cannot lose weight. And so that was initially my primary issue, was I'm working out all the time. I'm trying to diet. I'm trying to intermittent fast. I'm trying to do all these things and nothing's going anywhere. And so that was my initial thought. And then also PS longevity. Like, that was basically my goal. And so we did the food sensitivity test and many things. And so then I had my first blood work and all of that stuff. And so then he basically goes over everything and he's like, you are highly inflamed. My SHCRP was 23. Now, he's like, are you sure you weren't just sick or something? Like, it was just like a crazy high number, but highly inflamed. So we started to do, gluten-free. I had leaky gut, went on a leaky gut, protocol. Said that I had adrenal fatigue, and that basically from being in fight or flight and highly stressed, my body was then siphoning off nutrients and things that should be going to making hormones to keep your body thriving. It's siphoning off those things to just basically keep you going in daily life. And that made sense. That made total sense. And so I, had a lot of different things that he wanted me to do, different supplements to take, curcumin and all these different things. The leaky gut stuff, I had to do glutamine powder and all sorts of stuff. And so I did all of that. And I will tell you, once I started doing all of that, I felt amazing. I felt amazing. And I was like, I didn't know that I was feeling bad before. I thought I just couldn't lose weight. I didn't know that what I was really dealing with was I felt like shit all the time. But I didn't know that until I felt better. And I've heard these kinds of stories online and through others that have gone through a similar situation. Like, once they started taking care of inflammation, once they started taking care of these underlying things that you don't normally pay attention to and deal with, you didn't know you felt crappy before, except for now you feel so good. And so that was great. And so every time I went to see him, which I went to see him in October of 2022, December of 2022, June of 23, October of 23, May of 24, September of 24. These were my blood work. So I saw him right in and around that time. And now I'll see him in February of 2025. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times I've seen him in the last 2 years. Each time I have gotten and felt better. Numbers have gone in the right direction. A1C was going in the right direction. Cholesterol was going in the right direction. Other inflammation was going in the right direction. Leptin got fixed, which are your hunger hormones. Iodine got fixed. Vitamin D got fixed. So lots of different things got fixed. Numbers are going in the right direction in many ways. But I was still not really able to lose weight. And in the meantime, I would say, so May of 2024, out of the blue, I couldn't close my hands anymore. Like, this one I can do right now. This one really hurts to close all the way. And in the morning time, I can't even close them. Like, this is as far as I can get. Like, my hands just don't work anymore. The grip strength is not there. I can't hold the coffee pot in the morning. my hands go numb, I can't hold the pen properly. It's a lot of problems here. And so, is it carpal tunnel? Is it something else? Is it who knows what? We don't know. And so I'm seeing a neurologist, I'm getting MRIs, I'm doing all these different things that he's telling me to do to see what it is. So I'm hoping that in this next appointment in February of 2025, I can say, listen, nobody's found anything. I still have a few things to do with the neurologist to kind of rule things out, but nothing that's going to say this is what it is. I think that it is perimenopause. I think it is my lack of estrogen or fluctuating estrogen, because I went back and compared my estradiol all through all of these different appointments. And when I first started seeing him, it was 202, then it was 268, then it was 76. Then for some reason I don't have what it is, so maybe we didn't check it. Then it was 67, then it was 36, and this last time it was 40. And obviously that could all come down to at what point in the cycle was I? And I have that for I have it for 4 of the times, but I don't have it for the 2 earliest times. I don't know if I wasn't tracking or my Fitbit period tracking doesn't allow it to go back that far. I'm not quite sure. But when it was its highest, I don't know at what point in the cycle that was, unfortunately. So, call it intuition, call it all of the information I am getting by listening to Dr. Mary Claire Haver and Mosconi and other women that are now out there on the interwebs talking about perimenopause, comparing it with what's going on with other women that I know in this age group. It seems like this hand issue, as well as the feelings that I was feeling good, like I didn't know that I was feeling bad, then I started feeling good, and I was like, oh, that was bad, this is good, now are kind of like, not even just leveled off, but now I feel like I felt before. Like you wake up and you feel like a Mack truck hit you. You just don't have the resilience or capacity to get through the same day that you used to get through. And so I'm having trouble with that. I'm having trouble with brain fog. That was an early situation, then it got a lot better, and now it's getting worse again. So there's many things that I am concerned about. And so we need to kind of get it all shipshape. So that's kind of, the journey. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every blood work and every single thing and all of the stuff. But initially it was leaky gut, adrenal fatigue, inflammation, and doing, a keto-ish diet, doing gluten-free, keeping up with, bringing down the stress, a lot of stress management. And so I've continued to do all of that. And so now I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I've been doing all these things, and I'm really getting not tired of doing the things, but tired of doing the things without the weight loss result, and now with a chronic pain issue, and now also with some of the other numbers going back out of whack. So all of that together is like, it was bad, then it got good, and now I'm kind of like, what the F? So I will keep you posted. That's my journey. But I will tell you, I do love going to a functional medicine doctor. If you can pay for it out of pocket and you can afford that, and it's not just about going, but then being able to do what they tell you to do, being able to go get the blood work, being able to do the supplements that they recommend or whatever other protocols they recommend for you, being able to go on that functional medicine journey, even though I'm having trouble at this moment, because I saw the great part of it, I am a true believer that this is the way to go. And so if you were on the fence about it, like, I know that it's out there, but I can't suck it up and pay for it, or I'm just not sure if this is the right thing, I highly recommend And, there's no one to sponsor me. I'm not telling you to go to my doctor. You're somewhere clear across the country. So the idea is consider a functional medicine doctor that is available to you, whether it's telemedicine or, in your backyard or whatever, because I really do believe that this is the way medicine should be, is by talking with your doctor, digging into these things, getting good blood work that actually tells you stuff, and getting real protocols from them that actually makes change in your life. So even though I'm in a bit of a pickle at the moment, I do see the value in all of this. And so I would highly recommend functional medicine any day of the week. I got my husband to go see him. I've gotten my mom to go see him. If I could get my sister to go, I would. I tell all of my neighbors and friends about it. I really feel like this is a good way for medicine to be. And when you're doing all of the other stuff that's just, covered by insurance, it doesn't mean it's giving you health. It doesn't mean it's giving you health. And that's what we all want. So let me know what questions you have, ideas for future videos. If you have more questions about something specific in the functional medicine journey, let me know. Remember, my situation is totally different from your situation. So this is for education. This is for information. This is not medical advice. What's happening to me is not what's happening to you. We are different, but it is nice to know what others are going through and what others' experiences are. So I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.